The gentlest thing in the world overcomes the hardest thing in the world. That which has no substance enters where there is no space. This shows the value of non-action. Teaching without words, performing without actions, that is the master's way. Tao Te Ching. And so I guess I would title today's talk as Embracing Paradox, but I put that under the heading of conscious dying, which is an integral part of the conscious living program that I teach, that for us to embrace the aspects of reality that we choose to embrace, a fundamental part of that process is letting go of that which is not real. Okay, so typically, like my main devotion for 25 years was A Course in Miracles, and really the essence of the very ponderous text is simply this. That the whole process is removing the obstacles to love's presence or reality's presence. So it's removing these interference patterns. What I talk about with the energy body is that we have this very powerful system that, like I've talked about so much, this energy body is the actual mechanism for our function as a conduit, portal, bridge between the timeless realm and the space-time world, that the energy body is that which is used for the transmission of energy. Again, from the place of highest concentration, we call the unmanifested, into the space-time world, where it can become useful. So this system works perfectly once we've removed any of the interference patterns. And these interference patterns are basically constructed by us, part of the conditioning of being human. And then our work is to deconstruct. Okay, so I call this conscious dying, that we choose to die to structures that no longer serve us, structures that interfere with our powerful transmission, our ability to move as masters in the world. I had this profound dream last night that spoke to my acceptance of my destiny, my particular role as a master. And again, that's something that at first, at the egoic level, seems very, so special, maybe so arrogant, maybe whatever. But that's part of the thing of moving beyond the limitations of the tribal and egoic mind, is that mastery actually is something very normal. Okay, at this level of conscious living, at this level of acceptance of reality, okay, reality would teach us about our mastery. And again, this is what I've been mentioning early on as our opening ourselves via our feminine ability to surrender and allow this flow to teach us. And this flow, of course, is arising in eternity, using us as the portal, the conduit, as this energetic reality moves from eternity through us into our space-time world. This relationship with eternity is that which defines our mastery. Okay. Eternity, for example, eternity will teach us, will instruct us about abundance, okay? Abundance is one of those principles of conscious living, our awareness of the vast abundance, for example, of time, okay? It makes perfect sense that eternity can teach us about the abundance of time. In the less conscious world of tribal and egoic consciousness, time can be seen as a very limited commodity, right? Time can even be seen as our enemy, right? That which would hold on to, for instance, the structure of the body, of life, physical life. Time can easily be seen as the enemy in the sense of there's not enough time. If we're, for example, needing to create a future out of our egoic consciousness that never sees things as they truly are, if we can't see perfection in this moment, then we need to create a future where perfection might arise. And we've made an enemy of time. So whether we're talking about the tribal fear around the loss of our life as we age, there's anxiety, there's fear about death. This again is what eternity is here to teach us. Eternity obviously can teach us to be free of any fear or anxiety about death, because there is no death. From the position of eternity, there is no death. There's no past, there's no future, and certainly there is no death. I remember in A Course in Miracles, one of the key fundamental early teachings is there is no death. So, you know, again, at the level of the constricted tribal or egoic mind, that is a paradox. What do you mean there is no death? It makes no sense. Of course there's death. Well, within the dream, there appears to be death. Just like I was talking yesterday about within the dream, there appears to be evil, good and evil, you know, death as the opposition to life. In this duality, the appearance of opposites is simply that, the appearance, okay? The reality will teach us that there are no opposites. There's just the whole, which for sake of experience in the space-time world, we see things as opposites, up, down, good, bad, yesterday, tomorrow. So again, the goal of conscious dying is to break down that structure as if that was real, the structure of time, for example, yesterday and tomorrow, and learn to live in the vibrant present moment. This is the essence of Eckhart Tolle's teaching, that by immersing ourselves in presence, okay, which is reality, eternity, developing a relationship with that, that becomes the dominant way that we, I shouldn't say think, but know. What we know is the eternal presence. When we know eternal presence, the relative world of time, yesterday and tomorrow, is just that, it's relative. I say to my 5-year-old daughter every day, isn't today amazing? It's the best day that there could ever be, because in actuality, it's the only day that could ever be, today. What's today? Today. What day is it? It's today. It's always today. So that little mantra, it's always today, can really help us not so much learn, we're looking to unlearn the conditioning about time. Okay, when we really truly develop a relationship with reality, with eternity, everything changes. I mean, I've long felt, I have this knowing since I was quite young, that I've lived more or less forever. And it feels, if I even share with someone experientially how it feels to walk in this world, it feels as if I've been walking in this world for maybe 1,000 years, a long, long, long time. And it's possible as we change our relationship with time, shifting our focus to the reality of eternity, it literally changes our experience of time. I would say that a day, what in the world we call a day, 24 hours, can appear experientially to be more like a month. And so if you can shift a day into what feels like a month, like a very expansive amount of time, how does that change your life? It just multiplied your experience of life 30-fold. So let's say if you're on the planet 80 years, it would feel like you've been on the planet for 240 years, just as an example. Time is something that is a structure that is malleable. We can change that structure. We can dissolve the quote unquote clock time idea into something radically different. And so this is again how we step into mastery, baby step, baby step, baby step. We practice, for example, the awareness of the abundance of time. There's an infinite amount of time.